What up, nation? Welcome to another edition of the WiseTake MLB DFS Wise stream. CK013 here. You can find me on Twitter at CK_013. And of course, I'm from the WiseTake Nation, which you can find on all the social media platforms listed above or directly at WiseTake.com if you're looking to take your DFS game to the next level. We are a premium DFS content provider as well as a DFS community designed to help make you a better DFS player. Go check us out. Day passes available, all that good stuff. If you're new to this channel, welcome. You come to the right place with some free fire DFS content. So make sure you subscribe, hit the notifications bell. Don't miss out on any of the free content we put out. Covering slates Monday through Friday right now. Or for MLB. But we do cover NBA next season. And we will be covering NFL as usual. So don't miss out. Pat Bush, what's going on, bro? Pat Bush in the YouTube chat early. Says, what's up, CK? How was your weekend? Weekend's going pretty good, man. It's not over. We got the Memorial Day action going on, so excited about that little 3-day weekend for my family. Well, not for me, but let's be real. I mean, when you do what we do, you don't get no days off. So, but we'll take it, right? We'll take it. Anything we can do to extend the weekends, extend the good times, we'll take. But shout out to you, Pat. How was your weekend, bro? I hope your weekend was good. Solid picks with the baseballs, 3 baseballs, as per usual. Tells me it's going to be a good day. That being said, we've got an early lock, right? The main slate is, because it is Memorial Day, what is it, 1:05 p.m. Lock. And on DraftKings, we got games through 4 o'clock. So one of them situations we'll be kind of waiting for lineups throughout the day, I would imagine. But we got 9 games to work with. 9 games on DraftKings. So FanDuel doesn't play that doubleheader bullshit. A shortened game bullshit. FanDuel don't play that shit. DraftKings, though, likes to get down and dirty, get different. So we'll get right into it, starting off with top pitchers. And this is a DraftKings only one. But Carlos Rodon is playing in Cleveland. Cleveland could be pesky. That's kind of their thing. But we've seen certain pitchers do well against them, strike them out, force them to 22.3% K rate against lefties. Rodon's already played them before, pitched well. He's been pitching really well. And this game is only 7 innings. So when you look at how well he's pitched and you consider, while Cleveland could be pesky from a strikeout perspective, they've been pretty bad pretty much in every other angle against lefties or righties. So I think on DraftKings, he makes for a fine play, especially with a game that was not so 7 innings, right? And he will get credit for the complete game if he pitches a full 7 innings. So there's some built-in upside with that. Pat Bush says, weekend was okay, just work like always where I'm at right now. I'm working, man. Working at 10:22 p.m. Eastern. Put in that work, Pat. We're working together, bro. You're working, I'm working, we're working. That's what we're doing. Appreciate you, though, bro. Appreciate you. Corbin Burns will be very popular on FanDuel. He'll be popular on DraftKings too. Let's keep in mind, DraftKings, you have to roster 2 pitchers. But Burns he stands. I mean, he's been fucking awesome. It's really good. Best numbers on the slate. Some of the best numbers you'll see in the league right now. Granted, I know it. Small sample. I'm not trying to. Got a long way to go, a long season. But he's been awesome, and he's playing Detroit, who gave Garrett Cole a hard time. They beat the shit out of the Yankees. They beat the Yankees up. So they've been slowly improving. Still got a 27% K rating as righties, though. And Corbin Burns got some nasty shit. So I'm not really afraid of that. But I wonder what's up with Cole. It seems pretty peculiar that I'm not even gonna get into it. Let's just say that nowadays a lot of pitchers are using a certain foreign substance to help increase their spin rate, which has made all these pitchers look great. And my understanding is the league is collecting balls not to inflict any penalties or do investigations from that angle. It's more so to collect data and see what happens and then decide next season what they want to do with that data. But you wonder, some of these pitchers like that have been kind of off, like, did you just stop doing it for a second? I don't know, it's weird. Anyway, I'm getting off track. Yeah, Corbin Burns, Rodon look phenomenal. Berrios is not at home. In fact, Berrios is the opposite of home. He's in Baltimore, one of the better hitting parks in the game. I think Berrios is a good pitcher. Baltimore is not good against righties. We've discussed this before, and you can see third lowest WRC plus against righties, 25% K rate. So Berrios is a fine tournament play, but there's just no reason to go to him in cash over, these other dudes, right? James Caprillion, we'll talk about in the what to watch. I think Joe Musgrove is a fine option. He hasn't really looked the same since his little no-hitter action, but the Cubs can strike out. Now, the issue is I think we have some wind. Obviously, we do the show the night before, so we have to follow the forecast in Wrigley. The wind makes a big deal. As of right now, the wind's blowing out a little bit, and this game has a higher total. But the Cubs do strike out 24.5% of the time. So I think Musgrove is at the very least, I think he's an option to consider. Jameson Taillon against the Rays. I think that Taillon has some positive regression coming his way. He's at home in a hitter's ballpark. That's not great, right? It kind of sucks, but he is facing a Rays team that, while potent, a Rays offense, though while potent, with a 171 ISO, does have a 25.7 K rate. So I think that's interesting. The last guy I'll mention, I think Dylan Bundy's kind of intriguing. Bundy's been awful. You got a 6.5 ERA. You don't get that from being great, right? But his xFIP and Sierra are still under 4. K rates at 24% is a little low. Giants are a good offense, but we know their park is typically more pitcher friendly. And if we look at the Giants, 27.7% K rate, one of the highest in the league against right-handed pitching, higher than Detroit's average. So I think if Bundy does have positive regression coming, maybe this could be the situation where it kind of comes through, right? When he's in a very pitcher-friendly park against a team that's been striking out a lot against righties. Or he'll get lit the fuck up. Oh, man. Jack Man, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Jack, I appreciate you, man. He popped in the chat, said Musgrove pitched 5 innings in relief today in the Houston game. Well, that would obviously change things up. I appreciate you, Jack, for sharing that. So keep an eye out on that. We'll see. If that's the case, you know damn well Musgrove's not pitching this game. So we'll have to see who they roll out instead. We will see. Moving on to top offenses. Again, these are offenses. These are kind of like the obvious offenses that stood out to me on the first look. But the Twins against Jorge Lopez. Twins get a massive park boost going into Baltimore, one of the better hitting parks in the game. Jorge Lopez with a 5.8 ERA. xFIP and Sierra over 4, so not quite as bad as he's been, but still up there. And we know the Twins have a lot of power. 178 ISO against righties, 322 WOBA, 106 WRC plus. So yeah, the Twins were definitely one of the offenses that stood out to me the most on my first look. The Padres against Trevor Williams, assuming Trevor Williams is still going, I think, ironically, Williams has some positive regression coming his way according to his numbers as well. I just don't know. It's a different situation, right? It's against the Padres. Pretty good offense. We'll have to see what the win situation is, but this is a tough spot for him. He's playing the Padres. Padres don't have a ton of lefties, but they got some really good hitters. Fernando Tatis, Manny Machado, etc., etc. So either way, from both sides of the plate, it's going to be tough for Trevor. But expect San Diego to get some ownership. And then to me, this won't be as obvious. But to me, I'm just waiting for Garrett Richards to get me. Looking at his numbers, he looks like he's been pitching a little above his head, right? ERA is pretty significantly lower than his xFIP and his Sierra, only a 20% K rate. So I'm just kind of waiting for Garrett Richards to kind of get his. And maybe Houston's the team to do it. So that one may not be as obvious to other people, but I thought it was interesting. I like Houston against Garrett Richards. Things to watch. Rich Hill look really good. Numbers looks good. Strikeout rate looks good. Everything looks fine. He's playing a Yankees team. Yankees typically play better at home. Yankees typically mash lefties. This season has not exactly been the case. A 99 WRC plus, 309 WOBA, 152 ISO. Tyreek Skubal made this team look ridiculous in Detroit. But it's still the Yankees. They still got that loaded ass lineup, right? Aaron Judge, etc., etc. So I'm curious to see which one wins out here. Does Rich Hill go out there and ball out like we've seen some lefties do to the Yankees recently? Or do the Yankees kind of wake up, do their thing against lefties at home? Because that's what they've always done. Vince Velasquez against Cincinnati. Cincinnati, one of the best hitting parks in the game. Vince Velasquez numbers do show regression is coming. 2.95 ERA, 4.06 xFIP, 4.23 Sierra, a 228 batting average balls in play. I see a ton of regression coming. I like Cincinnati in this spot. But I do respect that Velasquez has a 29.4% K rate. But if you look at Cincy, one of the top teams, one of the top offenses against righties, and they play well at home. Why? Because they play in a very hitter-friendly park. So I like Cincinnati a lot, personally. But I decided to put it in the what to watch section. Last one, James Caprillion. I'm not really sure how to say his name. Another one that shows extreme regression coming. 1.53 ERA, but a 4.81 xFIP. 186 batting average balls in play. Dude gives up a ton of fly balls. But he's playing Seattle. So it's a different situation. Velasquez has regression coming. He's playing a good offense. Caprillion, whatever the fuck his name is, has regression coming, but he's playing a weak offense. So does he escape through another round? He's 9-1 on DraftKings, man. Giving that dude a little too much respect, right? But Seattle, 25.5% K rate, 284 WOBA. You know the drill. So what wins out here? Leave it in the comments. Tell me. You tell me your opinion. You see the numbers? You tell me. All right, Dong Watch, and then we're out of here. I'm going Alex Kirilloff, number 1 for the Twins. If you don't know him, look it up. But I'm going with him. I'm going Jake Cronenworth, a lefty from the Padres. Had to get a Padre in there. And then I'm going Aaron Judge. So I kind of lean towards Rich Hill, to be honest, but I do think Aaron Judge hits a home run. Just going to put that out there. But it's an interesting slate. 8 games on FanDuel. You could say 8.5, I guess, if you want. 8 3/4 on DraftKings. But it should be a fun slate. A few different pitching options. Shout out to Jack for pointing out that Musgrove pitched 5 innings in relief. And we'll have to monitor and see who they announce as their starter. And we'll adjust accordingly. Projections, cheat sheets, all that good shit will be up in the morning. My core plays article at WiseTake.com will be up. Paulie D's dirt sheet will be up at WiseTake.com in the morning. So I appreciate those of you hanging out with me live. Those of you that took the time to listen or watch after the fact. Hit the like button on your way out. Leave us some comments for myself. The entire WiseTake Nation, as always. Good luck.